Welcome to the news at 4 o'clock right now. Happening at this moment, Houston police are looking for a driver who hit 3 people last night, killing one and then seriously hurting the other 2.
Yeah, this happened just after searches on this afternoon for a man who police say was wearing a clown mask when he shot and killed a father of 5 in Southeast.
We've told you before, a former Houston Public Works employee, Patrice Lee, has been charged in connection with a scheme that allegedly stole millions in taxpayer dollars.
Yeah, big story, but investigators say she was not acting alone. Our Chaz Miller's in the newsroom with more on the other court documents that they say are connected with this case and what they're being charged with. This week, but the summer heat is here to stay for a while.
We knew it was coming, right? Chief Forecaster David Tillman is here. So, David, we're just wondering if there's any rain chances in the forecast. Maybe it can help cool us down a bit.
Well, not much of a rain chance. As a matter of fact, the 20% chances that we'll keep in the forecast for the
Today, several mayors from Texas border towns are now in Washington, D.C. Well wishes and prayers continue today for longtime Houston Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee after she revealed she has pancreatic cancer. Jackson Lee is one of the longest-serving House members from the state of Texas.
Jury selection today in Hunter Biden's felony firearm trial. The first time the child of a sitting president is on trial.
More than 200 potential jurors are being questioned about any biases they may have. Hunter Biden is accused of lying about history of drug use when buying a gun in 2018. He's pleaded not guilty.
ABC's Perry Russum is outside the courthouse in Wilmington, Delaware.
Ticketmaster remains in the headlines, and still not for good reasons. The information of more than 500 million Ticketmaster customers have been stolen in a massive data.
Now to a shark attack in Southern California that forced officials to close down beaches.
A 46-year-old man was rushed to the hospital with serious injuries. ABC's Kana Whitworth has more.
And only scary for those of us that love to go to the beach. Well, experts say if you come face to face with a shark, use your fingers to strike instead of punching or kicking, because water resistance will lessen the force of many of your blows. Attack the shark's eyes, nose, and gills, which are its most vulnerable parts.
All right, good to know. Well, musician and former Gossip Girl star Taylor Momsen is seemingly taking things in stride after she was bitten by a bat while on stage in Spain last week.
This is enough, right? It is hot out there, and it's only going to get hotter.
But rabies shots for the next few, I think that's a little worse than the heat that I'm about to talk about.
Yeah, for sure.
I hear you.
Yeah, we've got growing.
Well, we are just more than a month away from the start of the 21st season of The Bachelorette. And today we got to look at the 25 men who will join Jen Tran on the journey to find love. Now to Jimmy Kimmel, who recently revealed that his son Billy underwent his 3rd open heart surgery.
This is really tough for any parents. We're hearing exclusively from the surgeon leading Billy's care since he was a baby. He sat down with ABC's chief national correspondent, Matt Gutman.
And a bit of good news. All right, well, the Texas Education Agency has just released thousands of pages of recommended curriculum for public schools across the state. But is the proposed curriculum fair? How parents can give their input next.
And with several Houston area school districts struggling with budget deficits, one school district will actually have their budget in the green for the upcoming fiscal year. We're going to tell you what the district says and what they are doing differently.
Now at 4:30, school curriculum has been a controversial topic here in Texas, and now elected leaders are looking to change what your children are taught.
The Texas Education Agency has released thousands of pages of recommended curriculum for public schools all across the state, but the proposed curriculum, is it fair?
Yeah, that's the question. Our Pooja Lodia is live with what you need. All right, Houston ISD is holding community meetings this week as it looks for public support for a $4.4 billion bond. Well, 2 people in Channelview are dead from what authorities believe was carbon monoxide poisoning. The Harris County Sheriff's Office says the men were running a generator. Fever ended up winning on Saturday by 1 point, 71 to 70.
Spring native Simone Biles is once again the U.S. Gymnastics champion. I don't even want to think about it.
That's how I had to build it last time. $800. Yes. I was like, this has to be a mistake.
Oh my gosh. Well, we're talking about the heat also, but we're just a couple of days into hurricane season already, so of course we want to know how the tropics are looking.
Yeah, here's Chief Forecaster David Tillman to break things down for us. Do you have your eye on anything yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, good. We had to check. All right.
I'm not going to spring that on you right now.
Okay.
Things are quiet right now is what I'm going.
Since the death penalty was established in Idaho in 1864, the state has carried out 29 executions, most recently in 2012. There are currently 8 residents on death row in that state.
Breaking the ice on the U.S. House floor, a kindergartner that has many of us laughing today. That story coming up next.
It was a serious topic on the House floor as a Republican from Tennessee was making some remarks.
But it was hard for someone to keep a straight face.
More news coming up next on Live at 5.
Let's check in with Eric and Gina to see.
Up next here at Eyewitness News at 6:30, unfulfilled promises to keep you safe on a popular trail. A year after a series of attacks, we check back in on the progress being made to increase safety measures.
And $100 million invest that doesn't go to the #1 problem at the Harris County Jail. Where does it go then? We're going to tell you here at 6:30.
And the state's plan to teach students the sticking points of the new curriculum and what you need to do if you don't.
Eyewitness News starts now.
Welcome to the news at 6:30, everyone. The Texas Education Agency is trying to get Christianity back in the curriculum of the state's public school. Some claim it is on the verge of indoctrination.
As our Pujalodius shows us, you can provide feedback on it before it goes to a state board for review.
Hit and runs that police need your help solving right now. The first one is in the Midtown area. Well, now to this story here, unfulfilled promises to keep you safe.
Exactly a year ago, we reported on a string of violent attacks along.
Now to a story that we have been following for months. The Harris County Jail continues to be understaffed, an issue that will soon force more inmates out of the area.
More than $100 million could be coming to improve jail safety, but it has nothing to do with a shortage of workers. ABC 13's Nick Notario is outside the jail with what county leaders are considering. Well, the good news is there are fewer storms. The bad news is there's higher temps in store for the week.
We have to mentally prepare for all the heat that's coming our way. Let's check in with our chief forecaster.
While President Joe Biden is expected to announce an executive order to curb illegal immigration tomorrow. It's believed that the order will effectively shut down the U.S.-Mexico border to asylum seekers crossing illegally when a daily threshold has been reached.
Still ahead here on the news at 6:30, a cold case is cracked open in Chambers County.
Investigators say the person who was supposed to be helping a disabled man used him for his money, then killed him, where the accused was working at the time after the break. Welcome back at 6:44. Well, it's been nearly 4 years, but investigators in Chambers County say they have finally solved a cold case homicide.
A heated day on Capitol Hill as Dr. Anthony Fauci faced questioning from a House Select Subcommittee on the 2020 coronavirus pandemic and the federal government's response. Yeah, it's Fauci's first public hearing since he left his government role back in 2022 after 5 decades of service. ABC's Rena Roy has more. It's still ahead, the true cost of war. We hear from the pastors persecuted in Ukraine during the Russian invasion, what they are asking from Houstonians tonight. We have reported for more than 2 years about the Russian invasion in Ukraine, but part of the story we have not shared is about the destruction of Ukraine churches at the hands of the Russian military. Ukrainian pastors are in Houston this week hoping to spread awareness. Up next, the GOAT is back showing everyone how the sport of gymnastics is supposed to be done. We'll show you Simone Biles' latest achievement after the break. Spring native Simone Biles is once again the U.S. Gymnastics champion and giving folks a master class. I mean, are we surprised here, right? And representing all of H-Town throughout the world. All right, friends, thanks for starting your Monday with us. That's all for Eyewitness News at 6:30. Our next newscast is at 9 p.m. on our 24/7 live news channel. Buenas noches, everyone.
Eyewitness News is sponsored.
The man accused of killing a 9-year-old girl 2 years ago saw his bond drop by $50,000.
And the search for the driver involved in a deadly hit and run in Midtown.
These are the up-to-the-minute facts on the day's big stories.
Ready or not, we're in it.
We're in it. Yeah, what is this, day 3, I guess? Yeah, we're in it now. I'll go ahead and tell you right off the top, no tropical development is expected over the next 7 days. Yeah. But the Climate Prediction Center is...
Talk about the Astros. That's an easy segue, right, Greg?
Sure, Greg Bailey.
Even when they lose, you wonder, even when they win, pardon me, you wonder what they...
All right. That's it.
Not much we can say about that, guys.
That says it all. Jimmy Kimmel Live's up next.
Thanks for hanging with us on this Monday. We'll see you tomorrow.